Module, we will be talking about selection. Now, we have completed the recruitment process. That means that is where the selection is going to start. And when we talk of selection, as it is a negative kind of process where we start screening and selecting the best applications from the whole pool of applications which we have received. So, employee selection is next step, wherein we will be starting screening the applications using various tests and all, using the matching the criteria which we have for job with the applications which we are receiving, right? So this selection process again becomes very crucial in the whole recruitment and selection thing. Reason being that it impacts directly the organizational performance. When we say organizational performance, people you are hiring, how competent they are, whether they have the right skills and attributes to do the job also is very important. So you have to match that. You cannot compromise on that. So that is why we have those battery of tests. We have those interview kind of interactions happening so that we can judge and evaluate the candidate and fit and match him as per the requirements of the job. uh, Second thing is that it is again very costly affair because so much effort, so much time, and definitely if your the HR manager is traveling all across the country into various campuses or location where these interviews are being held, or if the candidates are being called to your office, right? So their to and fro fare is also being borne by the company. So it becomes a costly affair. So all the more important that whenever we are into recruitment as well as selection. So recruitment might be slightly kind of convenient that you have that e-recruitment, you get the applications on your system free of cost, maybe. But then when you are inviting candidates over or going there and meeting them, all that requires time, money, and effort. So it is very important to select the right kind of employees in the first go itself. Then there are legal obligation and liabilities. Like people at times can sue the company, the applicants and all, if they are asked not the right kind of questions or they feel that there are certain things which were invading their privacy, things so on and so forth. These things are more, I would say, relevant as far as US or other countries are concerned. In India, definitely it can be a question mark at times if the criteria which is laid out and it is not matched properly. Like there might be certain reservation quotas and stuff. So that way is also one has to be careful what kind of people and candidates and applicants we are selecting. Now, what are the various steps in this selection process? Actually, is not necessarily in this order. It could be in any order, and we are just going taking one step at a time. But in large organization, all these things may be there, may not be there, and not necessarily in the same order. But definitely in a small kind of organization, medium-sized organization, few of the steps may not be there at all, like these employment tests. You may not find these kind of employment tests in small organization. Straight away there will be an interview, and that interview might be straight away with the line manager or the person who's going to take the final decision along with the HR person sitting next. So it could be just one round of interview after the person has applied and the things can go through. But then let's talk about it in a detailed and an ideal kind of situation. These are the steps which take place. Completion of application form is the first thing. Typically, large organizations they have their own standardized and uniform kind of format which an applicant needs to fill in if the application is suitable for consideration for the next step. An initial interview of HR department may happen after or before the employment test. When the numbers are large, then maybe this employment test like aptitude test or a psychometric kind of test could happen before the initial round with the HR. But if the numbers are manageable, they're small in numbers, then maybe the HR department might be in touch with the candidate, checking out the communication or the personality fitment with the organization sort of thing, and then ask the person to go ahead with the employment test. Once that is qualified, background investigation takes place. Now, this background investigation again is a investment sort of thing, a cost for the company. Why? Because third party consultants or verification agencies are there and they charge for this kind of background investigation. So this at times in reality, it happens that once the person has been selected or shortlisted, right till the highest authorities have given their nod, So before rolling out an offer, they will ask for this kind of investigation to be done. So to make sure that the person they have selected to be given that offer should be the right kind of person. He should not have any background, or he should not have told any kind of lies, sort of thing. Then there is this preliminary selection in HR department. There will be a proper round where the expectations might be checked, that what kind of salaries, what kind of growth plan he has in mind, so that there is a proper matching of the expectation of the person who is applying for that particular job. So that is done in that initial round of interview with the HR department. After that, it is with the panel, or maybe a person who can take a decision regarding the quality of fitment in his or her department in that particular organization. So it could be a senior management person who knows the complete working of the organization, or the HOD or the head of the department, sort of a line manager, with whom that person or the applicant is going to be connected directly or indirectly in the organization. Once that is done and the person is again shortlisted, then the medical examination takes place. Now, this medical so the medical examination is just to ensure that the person is fit to join and to work in that particular capacity for which he is being hired. Once everything is clear, meanwhile, it is there might be candidates who are being rejected, and there are limited number of vacancies in that organization, but the numbers of applicants is large. So ultimately, the hiring decision is made only for the candidate who are fit in all parameters as far as the tests and the interviews and the medical examination and the background verification is concerned. And then the hiring decision is taken. Now, hiring decision is basically when your expectation or the candidate's expectations are matched with what the company has to offer. Let me know if you have any queries. Stay tuned for more content.